Off-site provision does not replace school provision, but meets the needs of some children and complements their education. This film has been produced to capture the thoughts and views of learners accessing education provision away from their home school. The information covers different aspects of a learner's off-site placement, including the support they have received from both the school and the provider, as well as the progress they have made to achieve positive outcomes.
Off-site is not out of sight. Approximately 2,000 learners access off-site learning each year. Learners will be aged between 11 and 19, with the majority of learners being in year 10 and 11 in Key Stage 4. They may access off-site 1 or more days a week. Placements tend to be with one provider, though some learners will attend more than one.
Students learn off-site for lots of different reasons. Learning off-site is a decision that you should make with your school and your parent/carer to make sure it is the best option for you. It is a good option for young people who find it difficult to learn in a whole school environment.
There are lots of places where you can learn off-site in Leeds, where you can find opportunities with off-site providers.
If you study off-site full-time, your off-site provider should provide impartial information, advice and guidance to you and your future plans. I used to study at Royd's School in Rothwell, but now I come here at Educate.
I used to go to Farnley Academy and now I attend schools.
Bricklaying, joinery, maths and English and healthy living.
Functional skills, DJing, maths and English.
There's different qualifications, it's just not all GCSEs.
We provide a nurturing and supportive environment and the young people we work with really benefit from that approach. It gives them a safe place to be and they can find out who they are, try different skills, different courses and try and find their future path really, and we want them to be successful in life.
Students will come to us for a whole range of reasons, some for attendance issues, some for behavioural issues, and some who are just finding school life somewhat difficult.
But there are a certain number of pupils who would prefer, due to their learning styles, a different kind of programme. Most of the pupils have been identified, and indeed we've had various other meetings in the school so that the parents are involved as well, because that's key to it, and the tutors understand the course, the pupils understand what's taking place. We then go on these tastes and interview sessions.
There's not that could be better, and I like it because it's smaller groups, it's easy to learn, there's no distractions and they don't treat you like a child.
So you get a lot more help and you get breaks every hour.
Like, if people rush me into doing stuff, I don't like to do it, but here I want to do it, I want to do everything.
I just think everything's just a bit more relaxed and you can just get your head down and work.
It's fun and it's not just sitting in classrooms all day.
It's easy for the teachers to move away around the classroom and help everyone the same.
Whereas if you're in a class of 30 at school, you might not get seen in that lesson and then you get done for not doing your work.
I think some young people don't reach the full potential in a classroom environment, such as in schools, because of the group numbers.
We have a ratio of around kind of one member of staff to 3 students in every session. We try to be a little bit more informal than school, but remain with high expectations that they are here to work. It's individual support specific to that young person.
If they come with learning difficulties like dyslexia or on the autistic spectrum.
And then on top of that, we'll provide them with resources and time to kind of look at career options or kind of jobs and apprenticeships and all that kind of thing.
They have very strict boundaries, which I think is what they need. We look at their learning styles, so whether that's visual, kinesthetic or auditory.
I've settled down a lot. They've taught me that I can still have fun without getting in trouble.
A year ago I was in custody and now Educate have helped me not to go back. And academically I've passed my maths GCSE and I'm off for the higher paper this summer.
Attendance.
My attendance has gone right up.
My attendance and my attitude.
Behaviour outside skills got a lot better as well. Stopped fighting, I don't swear at teachers.
When I think back it was just pretty immature.
I respect people a lot more. I've just started to realise that there's no point in misbehaving.
Last year at Royds, my attendance was below 40%, and I think I've only missed, no, I ain't even missed one day yet.
My attendance has gone from 1% to I think it was 87 last time I checked.
When I was at school I didn't do my work, and I knew for a fact I was going to fail every subject, but since coming here I'm predicted C's in maths, English and science. I've got into college for my art and design.
I'm getting a lot better in maths, getting a lot better at English.
It's a joy to me, really, to come here and do my work.
For me it's about building the learning skills, really, about them being positively minded in terms of education. Outside of the academic, it's about the person. It's about them having the skills then ready to go back into school, or whether it's going to sit in front of that employer for that first time and really put across themselves confidently that they've got something to offer, community and obviously a workplace. Schools are quite good at providing connection support workers.
And we can use the computers, and we can do some career work and world of work sessions.
We need that impartial advice and guidance, and thankfully we have that.
They'll come and they'll carry on helping me until that work is like, I've got it in my mind, I know exactly what to do.
Teachers actually listen to you, yeah.
I get a lot of support from Educate, in and out, like they're in close contact with my youth offending workers.
The staff are always here when you need to talk about personal things and situations outside school skills.
They make you realise that education is important.
I've had a lot of support with what my dad's going through.
I've had no help from school because I never used to be there, but they didn't do it well, but send me here.
It is vital that these pupils who go onto these offside providers remain in contact with the school. And that is really important, that you keep that contact with them on a regular basis.
My role is to work with Year 11 pupils who are more vulnerable and at risk of becoming NEET, which is not in education, employment or training. I have regular meetings with the young people on a one-to-one basis normally. We agree a set number of targets, so it could be, for example, to improve attendance for the next 2 weeks. I'll often take them down to the college to have an interview, having prepped them first about what kind of questions might be asked of them. Quite a few colleges now have taster sessions for a week or two during the summer holidays, so I'll make sure that they attend those if appropriate. Or it might be engaging in other services like the National Citizenship Service or Getaway Girls or one of these other agencies, so they have positive activities to do during the summer holidays, and it will just keep them engaged until they are ready to start college. I think it is quite important that I do speak regularly with parents and carers, and they're invited to any multi-agency meetings that we might have as well.
Schools now need to be aware of the fact that it's no longer 11 to 16, it's 11 to 19 and maybe even beyond. The CIAG back in school is vitally important as well, because they need to be put onto the correct pathway which suits him or her, not just because it suits the school.
Everyone can achieve something, it's just about finding what that is, and that's what we try and do. We try and unlock potential.
We've got masses and masses of case studies of successes of young people who've either returned back to school or have come here and left us more rounded, more better individuals, and being able to go and do an interview properly, to talk to people effectively, to have respect for people, and I think that's again a key role that we play here.
Hopefully I want to go into college and study art and design, and hopefully become an artist.
I don't know, like construction obviously, to fall back on like business.
Oh, I've been accepted to Leeds City College of Building. That's for joinery, and then after done that I've got a job.
Hopefully college and university.
Navy.
Do you know what in the Navy you want to do?
An assistant chef.
I've my own mobile business, doing chiropodist.
I've had help with my connections worker. She's sorted it all out for me. Helping me do my college application, she's helping me get a flat.
Helping me make right choices for what I want to do.
Do I get the qualifications that I need to go to college and study?
Hard work, really, that's it.
You know, we run a positive phone call home system, so at the end of every session we're recognising even small chunks of whether it's learning or small positive steps personally, and really kind of building in the partnership between school, home and also here.
We do a lot of celebration events, parents' evenings.
My child thought if it was
thick. He's overcome that and he knows that he just learns a different way. I'm not saying that school's bad, I'm saying it just doesn't work for some children. But now I can honestly say that I'm optimistic, realistic as well, but I'm optimistic because he knows what he has to put in to get what he wants. So I can't thank it enough, and I've totally and utterly turned around from really not wanting to come to an off-site provision. I thought it was just an holiday camp, and I was so wrong, and I'm glad to be wrong.
So as soon as you join high school, no one wants to be treated like a little boy no more. They all want to be like, have more responsibility.
There's things going on outside of school that was having a knock-on effect in my education. Inside I know I've let myself down, but you can only look forward.
As soon as you come in, I got welcomed. Everyone were alright with me. Went upstairs, got on with my work, and then like you just make new friends without even knowing it.
People have got similar situations too, so you don't feel like out of the field.
When I first started schools, I was disrespectful.
Like I used to think it was fun to like get in trouble and like show teachers up, but here it don't really amuse me. Like, what's the point showing a teacher up when all they're really doing is doing the best thing for you? I used to get distracted over little things, even tiny things like someone like not sitting properly.
Because I've got a lot of respect for everybody now. I tend to just get on with it. Because it's going to affect my life in the long run.
They've just shaped me out to be a good person, to be honest. This is your wild card, this is all you've got left.
I know if I fail here, then obviously there's not really I can do. So to me, this is probably the best thing for me. And
stick at it, just try to go through it, because there's no bigger regret for me to getting kicked out of mainstream school. I can't get as many as GCSEs, I was looking at a high amount of GCSEs.
So really it's just improved everything for me.
The teachers being here supportive and listen to us and give us a chance to change.
Education's meant to be in four walls, but it's not to me. You should go out and thrive, if you know what I mean.